Hi, my name is Ron.
And I'm Shu, and welcome to Ling.
Come on in. We wanted a space that embodies our shared values, our interests and passion. We have a shared love of antiques as it brings us closer to our roots growing up. This actually heavily influenced our design. So we went with a muted grey blank canvas so we can jazz it up with what we have collected and restored during our time together. We've been staying here for 5 months now. It's basically a walk-up apartment within a conserved building in the Jalan Besar conservation area.
The apartment was previously used as a workers' dormitory, and when we had our first look, it had been segmented into 4 rooms, with a narrow corridor leading into a small kitchen and also the bathroom area. There were 2 main bedrooms facing the main road, and also another 2 bedrooms where the living room currently is. From the get-go, we knew we wanted an open layout to be able to see the entirety of the home from the entrance. So we knocked down the walls in the living room and the one leading into the kitchen, so opening up the space and allowing more natural light through. We got lucky with the high ceilings as well. So there's a certain old world charm of the neighborhood, which is slowly changing and gentrifying with the addition of cafes and bars. So the bars that are nestled between massage parlors and the cafes between hardware stores. We love the contrast between old and new.
So currently you guys are at the entryway now. It used to be a very dark and narrow walkway. What we did was actually to open up the entire area, and then we added this particular beam segregation of space. We actually found this vintage grill from Malaysia that we salvaged, and then we treated it, and then we thought that it added to the entire segregation of space as well as to make it a little bit more airy and accessible.
Over here we have our favorite signboard. We wanted something actually reminiscent of the Chinese signboard in the olden days. So it's actually a combination of my Chinese name and Ron's Chinese name, Ling and Ren. And as I make food and Ron makes coffee, we've got 食物 Cafe. And then the direct translation of that is Winning Man Company. This is one of our favorite things. This one over here was actually a quadruple cheeseburger from McDonald's in Japan. We loved it so much, we wanted to actually frame it up. So we cleaned it and put it in the frame. And this is for us to remember it by.
And this is an old signboard and it says Fu, and basically for wealth and prosper. And we got this actually together with this particular gumball here. It's a full die-cast gumball and we love it. And together with all this, we actually harvested 50 over antique items, and they're all around the house. So this is the fun area of the house, and it has our vinyl player as well as our cabinet full of antiques, and also the things that we both share in our passion. Just to highlight a little bit of things, we have things that are very close to me in my childhood, which is like toy cars and stuff. I personally drive a 1972 Volkswagen Combi, and I love the bus a lot. And film cameras, and also little trinkets that we actually collected through our travels and also through our childhood. On top of it is a very old antique cabinet that we were told was harvested from a very old school science lab.
And then right over here, we actually have our vinyl player that we hand carried all the way from Malacca. And as you can see, we actually pasted a lot of these pins and all to give it more character as well to the things that we love. And we are really big on vinyl and playing music. So this is what we would enjoy the night with in the evenings.
So this is actually a collaboration between IKEA and Swedish House Mafia. It's a very interesting piece that we saw and found, and we thought that it adds a certain kind of movement within the house as we wind down for the evening. Alongside all of it is actually all these lamps and mood lighting, and we love it so much because it's really a very old piece that we found through our travels in Malaysia. So this is one of my personal favorite corners of the house. Obviously, it's the coffee machine, and me and Shu, we actually zone out making coffee together and experimenting in different recipes. And that's fun for us. On top of it is actually a poster printed in the 1930s. The thing about this advertisement is that you guys will not guess like what kind of advertisement this is. It's actually a beer advertisement, and it kind of says like 北平五星啤酒. Yeah, I can't even.
Before we continue, let me share some exciting news about Sora, a new launch in Jurong. Overlooking Jurong Lake Gardens with a 300-meter frontage, Sora offers breathtaking views from every angle of the development. Residents will enjoy over 60 curated facilities, such as a Moongate atrium, a multitude of Asian gardens, and my personal favorite, the rooftop sky terrace called Sky 360. With panoramic views of Jurong Lake Gardens and beyond, it ensures that every resident has access to these stunning vistas easily. Built by the trusted main contractor Nakano Singapore, Sora is a 99-year development consisting of two 20-story and two 12-story connecting blocks with a total of 440 units, offering the full spectrum of 1 to 5 bedroom units, each with a smart home system, luxury fittings, and a stunning view. With the new Jurong Region and Cross Island MRT lines, you'll have easy access to key amenities in the Jurong Lake District with leisure and work destinations like the new Science Centre, education hubs, and the CBD being all easily accessible.
So if you'd like to learn more about Sora, you can visit this showroom or click on the link in the description below. And with that, let's head back to our tour. Right here, we've got our living and kitchen area. So it's actually more of an integrated space that we have. And where I am standing right now is where we used to have 2 bedrooms, and we actually knocked it down so that we could let more natural light in. And where I'm standing, this is my favorite area. I usually sit down on the carpet to enjoy the evening sun here. Over here, we've got Ling Wu. Essentially, Ling means 0 in Chinese, and this is what we named the house. So the idea is that we want people to come into the home and to reset themselves back to a 0 in here and to kind of seek respite from the business of everyday life outside, and especially in Singapore.
This is a very old diamond clock that my grandma used to have, and we actually found this to be in a state of despair. It used to be a hot pink color because the previous owner loved pink. So we got it and we actually tried our hands to restore it, and we converted it from an electric clock to a battery run clock. And right now it carries this patina that we actually love a lot, and it matches the entire warm theme of the house. For this wise, it's actually a very old thermometer, which obviously they use to record the temperatures within the areas of their house. And this is actually a very old, and I'm told from my dad it's a very rare piece as well. Green Spot used to be one of the very common soft drinks that was available worldwide, but I don't think you can find any of this now in Singapore.
Yeah, so this is the kitchen right here. This right here, we wanted it to be the heart of the home. So to have people gathered over here as we cook right here. So I'm a chef by trade, and we host private dining meals in this space. What I wanted to do was to be able to cook while still continuing conversations with guests whenever they are here. And this here was chosen because it's a granite textured marble top here. This is also very reminiscent of the olden days. And right below, we've got the breeze block. It's also very airy, and it's supposed to also complement the window grills by the side.
So we actually chose large format textured backsplash tiles to complement with our textured island as well. Together with this, we opt for open shelvings to display all our antiques as well as the things that we love from our travels. One of which is actually this very old milkmaid sign, and it's made of metal, and as you can see, we kept the patina on, and we love just how it looks and in its multi languages and stuff. Moving forward, we also have this. One of our favorite photos in this house is a photo done by a local artist, Yam Pak Nin, and it was something that he shot way back in the 60s, titled Get Ready. For him, I think it symbolizes, somebody getting ready for the day, for the morning, and for us, we also see as additionally as somebody winding down for the night after a whole day's of work. And it gives us a sort of a very calm feeling to it, which is why we love it, and it should be in a prominent space within the house.
Over here, we have something of a service yard. It actually used to be where our original kitchen was. And as we decided to shift the kitchen in, we decided to use this space here where we would keep the washing machine and the dishwasher. And we get a lot of natural light in actually. In this space, we decided to put our plants here and they really thrive in it. This over here is our beloved item. This is actually a towel table that Ron and I made. It took us maybe about half a day, but it was a lot of blood, sweat and tears, and we really loved that activity.
So this is the biggest antique piece that you have in our house, and it's also one of our favorites. My dad and I, we actually went all the way to Malaysia to fetch this, and it was in a very beat up condition. So we restored it back to its former glory, and now it's really one of our favorite things to turn on in the evening with a glass of whiskey in hand. This is actually our bathroom area, and we actually kept the original tiles because we love the design of it and we love the colors. It adds so much character to the entire house.
So we've got a sink area over here which we pulled out, so to make more space in the shower. We designed it in a hexagonal shape so as to not have any sharp edges on the corners. And over here we have the frosted acrylic for our bathroom doors to let more natural light into this space where people would walk by. We have these terracotta tiles as well as these cream tiles, a little two-tone, and we wanted it also textured and matte complement the entire home.
Our apartment actually comes with our back door access, and our back door access actually connects us to our rooftop as well as directly to our car park. We kept the original gates intact because we love the design, and we actually really just kept the rust on it too. And we didn't seal up the vents because we wanted it to be true to our Shophouse heritage, where in the olden days they have vents like this to keep the wind coming in.
Over here, this is where we have our private dining events. As you can see, this is a communal table with a couple of assorted chairs. We wanted to go for a little bit more eclectic style, so people are more comfortable and casual in this space. And on my right, we have the antique cabinet with our collection of coffee shop mugs and cups. And right over here, above the dining table, we wanted to go for something a little bit more interactive and installation style. So we got an antique window grill, had it hanging from the ceiling and actually wove through an LED strip up there. Right over here, we have our really cute floor lamp. It acts as a mood light, and right here you can see the words in Chinese, Tan Tan. So it is a very traditional floor lamp. Behind me, this is the really hectic Lavender Street, main street over here. And we kind of like that there's movement and you can see the sky from this room. This area, we kept it a little bit more restful, quieter as well. We host a lot outside, so right over here we wanted a place where we could properly rest when the day ends. So we went with more low seating and a couch that we can really just sink in when the day ends. And here we have the towel table that we made together as well.
So this is actually one of our favorite items in the room. We got this in Penang. It shows all the old shop houses, and if you look closely, it's actually very, very detailed and intricate, and that's something that we really appreciate of the artist. So actually a little bit on how we met. I was driving a old Volkswagen Beetle, and I took her on a date, and instead of the common date places, we actually went for a photo shoot in Buangkok, one of the last kampong in Singapore. And we love the photos so much that we got it printed, and it serves as a very good memory for us within the frame itself. And talking about frame, we actually got this from Tiong Bahru Shophouse, and it's a very old window grill, and honestly you don't get size like this anymore in one single piece, and we love it so much that we use it as a display piece as well. And currently our plants also loves it as much as we do, and they are currently permanent residents.
So we realized that our unit doesn't face the morning sun, and sometime around mid-afternoon we get a really nice light through. And in fact, we love it because our plants thrive in it. And we're also able to enjoy the view of the trees outside. They're on eye level, being on the 3rd floor. And that's really therapeutic because we work from home.
At the same time, we feel that our home is a space that is ever-changing. And in fact, we are still collecting and rearranging the furniture as we live day by day. We are enjoying the experience that comes along with learning functionality and design within our own space.